Welcome to the Build with Boundaries podcast. My name is Mahnaz, and this podcast is for mums who want to carve out time so that you can work in ways that work for you, your life, your family, and of course, your business. Together, we will discover why you are not prioritizing your business and the actions that you can take so you can live an intentional, productive, and fulfilled life without mum guilt. So let's dive in to today's episode. Welcome to episode 37. So, Thriving Together, the Sisterhood of Mums in Business. I want to look at this topic because we all know in life that you do, building a support network of other mums can be so helpful and it can really benefit us in so many ways. Often the benefits are overlooked because sometimes when you've not got that around you and you're not surrounded by the type of network that I mean and the type of support, then you're not really able to understand and acknowledge how much impact that can create in your day to day. So I want to focus on in this episode on talking about what that can be and what that can look like and how you can actually make steps no matter where you are in terms of seeking support or getting that kind of network around you built up. Right, so the first thing that comes to mind is this exchange of knowledge and experience, because as mums and as mums in business, there is so much experience in whatever we have gone through. Everybody has their own journey, but certainly their experiences have shaped them to this point. And recognizing that because everybody is so unique and had such different experiences, the skills that they needed to get through those times, and often it's the hardest times that teach us the toughest lessons, that's changed something for us and it has helped us to get through that. We might not even be that aware of it, but because somebody else has got different situations, we're often able to help each other just by sharing what we know and our knowledge of having been through something. It might be something similar, it might be something that on the face of it looks quite different, but actually underlying there are similarities. So I think exchanging what we have learned can be really helpful. And so this is both in your business life and in your personal life, because challenges that we face day to day can then be impacting us in our business and they will carry on through. So understanding that getting support from somebody who is also a mom, who is also a business owner, who understands us more, can be highly effective because they will be able to help us see things from their perspective. And sometimes we need that. Now, when we're talking with fellow mums in business, again, when we're sharing these experiences, we will also almost without realizing it, you're brainstorming and you're problem solving and you're generating ideas. And often they're ideas that you would not have come across unless you were in this space of feeling like you could be creative and think outside the box, or just have some sort of courage to walk through what might be going on for you. So this sort of problem solving can be really helpful as well, because again, we can only see things from our perspective. And when we have somebody else and them sharing from their side, that can impact how we then look at things, and that can change things in terms of how we think about things. And when we approach things differently, we might come to a different conclusion and different solutions. Emotional support and encouragement is also really key here because, we are balancing motherhood and our business and trying to be an entrepreneur and do all the things effectively, but not wanting to sacrifice or compromise on the things that are important to us, like spending time with our family, like prioritizing them and looking after our children in a way that actually lights us up. So when we're doing all this balancing and juggling, we often need more support and encouragement. And within our own household, we often don't find that because, we are there for children. We're giving, and we're all the time. It feels like you're giving. And we can really benefit because mums support each other in such a beautiful way that they're able to cheerlead each other on. And really, that encouragement is something that you would never, ever be able to experience just being in the silo of your own home or your workplace. Now, the fact that you're talking more with business mums as well means that there's another thing that can happen. And this is really beautiful when it happens too, which is that naturally, as you are getting to know each other, you can have collaboration opportunities and perhaps even partnerships and just new opportunities coming out the woodworks. And this is because you really don't set an intention of necessarily doing those things. But when you are nurturing those relationships you've built, then often there will be lots of things that will come out because there hasn't actually been an expectation in the first place, if that makes sense. And not having that expectation means you are more creative in terms of where and what might follow. And that is, again, really important because that gives us new chances to be perhaps doing things in a different way, doing things jointly, bringing a different kind of energy to the work we might be doing. Now, access to resources and recommendations is another one because we're great at telling people and sharing all the stuff that we've learned or things that we found easier or what helped us, what resources, it could be from reading a book to using a tool to finding something that they worked at home. Perhaps it's just a strategy with something you try with your kids. It could be anything, but they are recommendations from somebody who is also in a similar place to you. And this is golden because having that experience, somebody's tried something out and they're not just saying to test something out, they're almost saying, I did it this way and this helped me, or I like this. And that is great. I mean, we always look for recommendations when we get stuck on, for example, reading the next book that you want to read or listening to a podcast like you are here, that kind of thing. So when something helps us, we're able to share that with others and we want others to benefit from it. So that's a great resource there, is just like tapping into this network that will have then resources that would be possibly very relevant for you as well. And then lastly, I want to touch on accountability and motivation, because when we're in a safe space, we have people around us who believe in us, who help us, who inspire us, who motivate us. That can, one, improve our own motivation because we're seeing what other people are doing. And secondly, we actually feel that it's more possible for us to do the things. So it's like building that courage and growing the confidence that you have. So you don't have to be thinking that you have all the confidence you'll possibly ever have and you will not be able to utilize any more. Sometimes we need to be building that confidence in everything that we're doing now in order for that future that we're looking for to actually happen. And by doing more work with network and having that tribe and community of business mums means that we feel really safe in sharing. We can have support when we need it. So whenever we feel that we need something, we are not on our own and we can ask. we feel inspired by watching their journey and watching them progress, and by seeing other people progress and being so happy for them without any expectation. It can, without us realizing, it will fuel us to believing that we can also do things that we didn't think of. And those people around you may not have thought that they could do what is actually possible for them now. So, all of these things collectively make a huge, huge impact on your mindset, on your confidence, on your belief in yourself and your business too, and just being more inspired and sort of living in that moment of creating that business that you want and building and growing it in a way that it aligns with who you are and what you're here to do. Those are the main ones that I wanted to share with you. And I cannot stress how important it is to have some sort of tribe around you who understands where you're coming from, because no matter what stage of business you're at, and even like how much financially you're able to invest in those type of communities, it does not matter. There's always something you can do to help that, and it's a real focus. So I just want to end by sharing some ways that you can get started. So if you have nobody outside of your family who understands what it's like to be a mom in business, to be juggling both, and to be super passionate about what you do, but yet nobody really gets why that's important to you, then I think, firstly, growing your network of business owners that you know is important. So that is doing things that you can in terms of networking with new people, trying to meet new people. They might be people that you can meet online, and it could be that you have local networking or places that you can meet as well. So it's definitely worth exploring there. And when you feel like you're in a position that you want to be doing this more consciously, then there is a paid networking groups and different things. And again, you can look into that. And if you're ready that you want to just take things another step further, then Build with Boundaries Academy is for ambitious mums in business who want to have that tribe and they don't want to sacrifice anything, and they want to be using all these things that we've talked about, having accountability and support and feeling motivated to work on building their business and building it in a way that they are creating more harmony in their life, so that they have a place in their life for everything they need. So whether that's time with their children where they're not switched on in work mode, and also when they're working, being really focused and intentional and able to work as well, and being really productive in the time that they have, because they don't want to be working any more than is absolutely necessary. So if you would like to learn more about that, then do head on over to buildwithboundaries.com. And the first thing you can do is to sign up for my free masterclass that is there, available to get instant access to, and that give you a flavor of how I work. And then you can see how, firstly, that masterclass helps you understand how you operate and how you can operate more effectively and efficiently, so that you can get more of the things done that you want to get done, more of the things ticked off, and less of that overwhelm and feeling like you're doing everything and nothing is really moving anywhere. So I will leave you with that thought. Head on over to buildwithboundaries.com. And I hope that wherever you are in your journey of creating this sisterhood, understanding the value that it can bring, is just take it one step forward. You know, you might have friends who are business owners. Maybe you don't keep in touch with them as much as you could. You could start there, then building on that and creating a network of like minded mums so that you have this support network that is there and you don't feel alone when you're ready to invest financially too. There is so many options, and finding the thing that is right for you is the most important thing. So take care, and I will speak to you next time.